Hey guys, I want to talk to you guys about something. Now that we've gone through a little bit of how the temple works and the high priests do things, and their little sacrifice rituals and stuff, I want to get into the scapegoat, what that means for us. Okay? Basically, a scapegoat is this. If you don't know what a scapegoat is, a scapegoat is someone or something that takes the blame and punishment of another someone or something. Takes it for someone else or something else. Okay? So, we get the term scapegoat from Leviticus 16. Okay? And we get it from how the ancient Israelites used to do things. Okay? So, in the temple. So, what would happen was this. The high priest, okay, the high priest would have to get 2 goats. Okay? He would get 2 goats, and he would cast lots for them. 1 lot for the Lord, and 1 lot for Azazel. Okay? Now, whichever goat got the lot for the Lord, that goat would be offered as a sin offering. Okay? As a blood offering. Okay? Then the other goat would be the scapegoat. You know, what would happen was, remember, only the high priest can go into the Holy of Holies. Okay? Now, what would happen was, when the high priest went into the Holy of Holies, remember, he never goes in without blood. First, he would go in with the bull. He would sacrifice a bull for himself, for his own sins. Okay? Then he would take the blood, place it on the mercy seat 7 times, sprinkle it with his finger on the mercy seat 7 times. Then he would go sacrifice the goat that was a lot for the Lord. He would take that goat's blood as a sin offering. He would take the blood of that goat and sprinkle it on the mercy seat 7 times and before the mercy seat. Then he would leave and he would come outside, and for the goat that had the lot for Azazel. And if you don't know what Azazel is, the Hebrews believe him to be the demon of the wilderness. Okay? So, that goat, the high priest would come to that goat and he would place both of his hands on its head. And he would curse that little goat. He would curse it with all the sins Israel's committed. He would curse it and basically just confess the sins of all the children of Israel. Then they would lead that goat out into the wilderness, and it would be devoured by Azazel. And that's how the atonement happens. That's how they were covered for a year. Their sins were covered for a year like that. And every 7th month, on the 10th day, I believe that's what it says. Anyways, we can read that in Leviticus 16. You can read about it and get a little bit more in depth with it in Leviticus 16. Now, remember how I talk about all these pre-incarnate forms of Christ, so looking to the Christ to come? It's because of the scapegoat. For one, the sacrifice is an image of the sacrifice that would be done. It's just a shadow. It's not the exact image, but it's a looking to the image of the sacrifice the Lord would provide for us, which was His Son. Looking to that, looking to the coming Christ. And then the scapegoat was another shadow of the coming Christ. Because Jesus is our scapegoat. Because He bore the sins of the world. He bore our curse. Okay, guys? We have a curse that we cannot bear, and we cannot meet the statutes that God wants us to meet. And that's why Jesus came, and He is our scapegoat. Okay? So, think about this. When Jesus was going to the cross, the people there, they were beating Him, pulling out His beard. They were touching His head with their hands. And I don't imagine they were doing it very nicely, wishing Him good luck. They were probably cursing Him, cursing His name, cursing what He was teaching, etc., etc., cursing Him. All the children cursing Him. Think of that. As they touched His head, they cursed Him. And it became a sacrifice for us. We're bought with a price, guys. I hope that sheds some light and kind of just a little fun fact to know. But it does give a little bit more insight and in-depth of what's really been done for us, because we tend to just think, oh, I'm saved and Jesus died for me. But what does that mean? And yeah, he died a horrible death, but like, why did the way he died, why is that significant? And I hope this kind of sheds light on how it's significant to us, because it's the way that it had to be. It's the way it's always been, and it's a way of the looking to the coming Christ to come. And it's the way that he was sacrificed, because that's the way the Lord wanted it. The Lord, it must be this way. Hope you guys enjoyed.